I'm Caleb Brooks with the AHSAA Radio Network. I'm at Selma High School, joined by first-year head coach Willie Gandy, come over from Linden High School. And, for you guys last year, Coach, you competed in a state championship game, and now you come over here and you get to experience your first head coaching gig. I mean, how excited are you to get started and to be the head guy here?
Oh, man, I'm overwhelmed. I'm overjoyed about being here in Selma, man. It's a historic city, built on a lot of great tradition. Good football team, really good football team. I don't think the record explains how well they were last year. A lot of returning seniors this year, good senior group of kids. I think it'll be a good, fantastic season for us.
You know, you're going to be kind of making a jump up in classification, and this will be the highest classification that you've coached at. And what kind of challenges do you think that's going to give you? Not really, having coached at that level and coached with as many players you're going to have, which is a good thing. You have a lot of depth now, but it's going to be different for you, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, just being in a tough division, coming up with the Watonkas and Opelikas and Calears, they have more resources, and I think that'll be the more challenge, the challenge that we'll face this year in Selma is just the resources that they'll have over us.
I'm pulled up to the school, and this place was built 2012, fairly new, and it's such a beautiful place here for these guys to go to school at. I mean, was that one of the things that did kind of attract you here was, you showed up and saw this place and said, this place is pretty nice.
Yes, they have a really nice school, fairly new, really nice field house. The field house is what won me over. It was a really nice field house, great weight room, nice coach's office, and again the school is really nice, fairly new school, and I just like the environment around here. I like the historical of Selma, just being here.
Yeah, you're a young coach, and what is it about coaching that really attracted you to the coaching profession and, has kept you wanting to do this and maybe not going and trying to find something else to do?
Well, it was the coach that I first started working with at Kemper County High School, Coach Christopher Jones. He's the head coach at Starkville High School. He had a real major impact on me in his coaching business. The drive that he had, the work ethic that he used, it kind of motivated me to get into the business. And here I am today. I helped build a championship with him over in Kemper County, Mississippi, over in DeKalb. And that motivated me to want to work hard, that drive to be a head coach. And that was the first thing he asked me. He said, Coach Gandy, how far you want to go in this business? Do you want to just be an assistant or a head coach? And I told him I want to be a head coach. And so I just took on that work ethic that he has, that drive to work hard and to be better and be the best at what you do. So,
for you, you've been a part of a team that's won a state championship, and then last year a team that got to the state championship. So, both places that you've been at, you've gotten there. That has to make you feel pretty good about your chances now coming over here and coaching a really, really good Selma team.
Yes, sir. That's the ultimate goal, is to get to the state championship and win it. It takes a lot of hard work. And last year at Linden High School, we worked really hard. And that's what I see, a lot of the same similarities here in Selma that I had in Linden last year, where the kids work hard and they want to get better. They want to compete for a championship. They want to be on top. And that's one thing I can say about Linden High School. Those kids, they come to work. And the same thing that we're building here in Selma is the work, that drive, that ethic, that work ethic to be better, to compete with the bigger schools and to make it. That's the goal, to win the championship.
What was it about, Selma really that made you want to leave Linden and come here? Obviously, you didn't want to leave Linden. You loved those players there, and it's probably hard for you to leave. But just what was it? Just being a head coach that attracted you, or was it something about this place that really just pulled you here? Because for some guys, it's about taking the right job and not taking just any job. How did you feel about it?
Yes. Well, I had a lot of people trying to influence me not to take the job. People told me all the negatives, why I shouldn't take the job. But the one thing that I did is I continued to pray about it and to put God first, and I just leaned on him instead of leaning on my own understanding. And I met with the principal, and we all got on the same page. And again, the historic of being here in Selma is historical. If I can come here and make a change in the culture, and get kids to get to that higher level of education. You know, if I can do that, that would be a really good mark on my career.
You know, you're going into your first year as a head coach, but all head coaches try to kind of develop an identity and develop, you know, how they want their team to be. So how have you kind of been trying to do that yourself and develop an identity for this team and how you want your teams to look like?
Yeah, we just want to develop a really physical, fast, and smart football team. That's what we want to do. We want to be fast. We know we have the athletes to be fast, and we're going to be smart. We're going to be disciplined. And we're going to play hard. That's the mentality that we want to instill in our kids here at Selma High School.
You know, for you, I guess it's kind of a unique situation. Not many coaches get to walk in to coaching a Division I SEC caliber athlete, but you get to do that with Jeremiah Wright. How much do you think it will help having a guy like him up front to set the tone for that physicality that you're talking about that you want your team to have?
That's one thing I can say about Jeremiah. He's really physical. Really strong, big, strong kid. He commands. He's really going to work hard for us, and he has worked hard for us. And we're going to let him lead that offensive line, and we're going to run behind him. We're going to make my job easier to have a guy like Jeremiah out there at tackle, and we're going to get behind him and run the football.
Yeah, I don't blame you on that.
Sir.
I'd get behind him too.
Yeah.
You know, I thought it was funny. He talked about how small in ninth grade. I was 270 pounds. It's like I've never been 270, so you know that's pretty big to me. But you know, I feel like this team, like you've mentioned, I mean, got a lot of good athletes, and you know, the 3-7 record last year really didn't show how good this football team was. Was that one of the things you looked at that really encouraged you about coming here and taking over this football team?
Yes, sir, it was. We actually played against Selma last year in Linden.
Okay.
So I got a chance to evaluate the team, scout this team, and I saw the good signs when we played. I know that I had a good shot at winning some football games by coming here.
Well, we got the intercom going on right now here at Selma High School, and we'll edit this part out. All right, so you ready to get back going?
Yes.
All right. So, you know, for your football team here, I mean, what have you seen from them in the short summertime that you've had with them? Because, you know, you kind of came kind of later in the summer, so you hadn't even really gotten to see them in pads yet. But what have you seen from them so far this summer that's really impressed you about this group?
One thing that I've saw is that they want change. They want structure. They want someone to be hard on them. They just want us to love on them. But they want that also. They want that toughness from the coaches. They want them. So we know that it's a time for us to love on them, but it's a time also to work them hard and push them to the extents that they haven't been pushed to in the recent years. So that's the main thing that I see from them. Their work ethic has peaked up from what I was told. So.
You know, I mean, how excited are you to see your team in pads next week and to see them actually get out there and play actual football so you know, okay, I got a pretty good team, or we really need to work on these, you know, type of things?
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to getting in pads. We'll get a chance and opportunity to see who can tackle, who's going to be physical, you know. So, you know, you go through the summer, you see all the 7-on-7, you see all the tag.
A lot of people can look good in shorts.
Yeah, you know, I want to know who's going to be tough, who's going to go and make tackles, who's going to come down here and make tackles, who's going to stay on blocks, who's going to be tough, play tough, hard football. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing.
You know, obviously you don't want to give away what your game plans will be or anything like that, but I mean, what can fans expect to see on the offensive side of the ball from Selma and the type of offense that you're going to try to run?
We have some really good athletes, I can say that. We have about 3 or 4 receivers that can really play good. We got Nicholas Parnell, who's returning, Gabe Wright, that's returning at the receiver spot, and Devontae Stubbs. So we got a couple of receivers that can play. We also have Mollett that's coming back in our backfield. He's a 1,000-yard rusher for the past 2 seasons, and looking forward to seeing what Deion Nelson, another receiver, 6'5", 197. He's a junior. That is going to be his first season playing with us. So I'm looking forward to this offense.
And, you know, I mean, you come from a place that had a quarterback that set a record in the state championship game passing-wise last year. So, I mean, obviously, you know, I know that you're going to try to, you know, throw it around a little bit, but obviously you're going to run behind, you know, Jeremiah.
Yes,
and, you know, when you have a guy like that. But on the defense side of the ball, what can people expect? You know, don't give away any, you know, type of formations or anything, but what can people expect on that side of the ball of how you want to be on defense?
We're going to be disciplined, number one. We're going to play fast, and we're going to be physical on defense. Physical, fast, and we're going to play disciplined football.
And, you know, obviously you don't want to try to oversell this season, but, I mean, what is the expectations that you set for this team and the goals that you guys are going to try to reach?
The expectation is always the high. I always aim for the high. I always aim for a championship. That's what we play for. We compete for. We come to practice just like everybody else. Come to practice every day, and that this championship is the ultimate goal. Although we have goals that we will set throughout before the season starts, but the ultimate goal is always the championship and to help better kids to get better opportunities after football.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you taking the time to join me today.
Yes, sir.
Good luck to you as you enter into year one. We look forward to seeing, you know, what you can do with this Selma program and where you can really take this.
All right. Thank you.